Welcome back, once again adventurers, to Let's Play Biohazard Real Survival. In the last episode, we finally managed to get the final 2 crests needed to open the Gate of New Life, and we also fended off the giant poisonous snake Yawn, a creature that unfortunately killed Richard Aiken. Fortunately, we were able to keep ourselves from meeting the exact same fate, although, the reason that snake is nicknamed Yawn is the fact that if you're on caution or danger, that snake can pretty much swallow you whole. And if that had happened during the course of this Let's Play, I would have been very extremely upset. The way is now open. There is, I believe there's one final room before we finally say farewell to the mansion proper. That is this storage room here. There appears to be something on the shelf, but I can't quite reach it. And there appear to be barrels on this side. And also some stairs, conveniently placed here in this room. Shall push them so that I can actually get what is on the shelves, because I believe it's going to be fairly useful at this point. Did I push that close enough? Apparently I did not, for some reason. There we go. Not sure what that was in aid of, but will we take the crank? Yes, we will. More specifically, crank handle, to be sure. But I'm just arguing semantics at this point. Is there anything in the barrel over here? No, it's just an old barrel. And now the time has come to brave the outdoors once again, properly this time, as opposed to the other corridor on the other side of the mansion. That clacking sound means that there are dogs. I'll just wait for them to come into my line of fire, because, yeah, those dogs are really grotesque. And they're off. Not this time. Oh, and that was a beeping. Could it have come from the radio? Well, let's find out.
This is Brad. S.T.A.R.S Alpha Team. Please respond. What the hell? Is nobody out there?
Brad, this is Jill.
This is Brad. S.T.A.R.S Alpha Team. Bravo Team. It doesn't matter. Anybody, answer me. This is
Brad? Brad!
Well, the good news is that Brad Vickers is still alive and in the helicopter searching for us. Looks like he didn't flee all the way back to Raccoon like a complete coward. Bad news is that he can't exactly receive any transmissions from us, even though we can receive transmissions from him. So, must be interference from Arclay, or well, this radio is not entirely as useful as I had hoped it was going to be. Now, there's some herbs here in the background, including some conveniently placed red herbs. I'm going to use one of my green herbs and Combine these, create a mix of red and green herbs, and take, I think there are a few other herbs here, which is fairly useful. We'll leave the rest for later. Might need them. We're coming back here, that will actually be quite convenient. They'll be waiting for us. And here is the final herb here in Arklay and the Raccoon Forest, which is the blue herb. Herb that cures poison. We cannot take any at the moment. We don't really need it right now. And just breathe in that open forest air once more, because we are now officially outside of the mansion. We're still in Arklay, but we are now properly outside. Winch for the elevator. The elevator is down, so we can't activate it from here. On the wall is a piece of paper. It's a map of garden. Will you take it? And we got the map of garden, otherwise known as the Courtyard. So lo and behold, we're actually to the rear of the mansion now. The mansion is behind us for the moment. But now we are in the Courtyard, and we still have a lot of ground to cover. We do. We are still not safe outside. There are still, there are still zombie dogs. Of course they're zombie dogs, because they're missing bits of flesh and skin. But we've dealt with those two, but there will be many more, as that howling is an indication of. Final problem is that with Brad flying around out there, he'll end up using fuel for the helicopter, and if he runs out of fuel while trying to find us, then we'll all be deep in it, as you can imagine. The gate was quiet right until the moment we shut it again. A water passage. There's a ladder. We could technically get into the water, although we have no idea what is actually in the water. Probably not a good idea. Couldn't necessarily call it a pool as such, but appears to be something next to it on the platform. There's a square hole. Well, if we take a closer examination of the crank, nothing important. However, if we examine one of the ends, lo and behold, its end is square-shaped. Square crank. And we have a square hole, so why not? Running down the opposite side. Well, now that we've used the square crank, that gate has been opened, and all the water has been drained from the passage, which means we can now traverse this without any problems, without having to go through the murky water. I'm pretty sure that Jill can swim, but considering the fact that we actually have quite a lot of equipment on us, I would be surprised if that were the case. Swimming through water with firearms is not the best idea, methinks. Well, there's no way forward. There are snakes falling from the trees. Smaller snakes than yawn, but no less dangerous, because they're still poisonous. I don't have to do so, looks like the water was flying down here, and that was all the works lovely, and that's a dog. See if I can get past this Oh. That was actually lucky. Plus the dog there. And there's another one there. Oh, two dogs. Oh god. Oh, that's not good. Oh, run. Run. Get out of there. Get away. Oh god. Keep running. Oh, serpentine. Don't know how I managed to dodge that, but anyway. Well, that was less than successful. Although I didn't waste too much ammo, and I still have herbs, which is good. But we are now in a completely different area from the mansion altogether. This is another building that clearly isn't the mansion. Although it's still part of the grounds upon which the mansion resides at the moment. And there are some more blue herbs here, which we'll most certainly take when we get rid of items from our inventory. Lo and behold, the wonderful melody of a save room. Now keep in mind that since this is still real survival, all the items kept within the mansion are still in the mansion, so I can't take any of them from this particular item box. And I'm going to put these in there for the time being. And there are some items on the bookshelf here that have piqued my interest. Another pack of explosive rounds for the grenade launcher, always useful. And a first aid spray. Hopefully I don't waste it like the other one. Not holding my breath on that, however. And square crank and the first aid spray and the rounds in there as well. Unfortunately, don't have an ink ribbon in this room, so we're going to have to search for one because the others are in the other item boxes, and there's nothing on the bed there, which is unfortunate. But I'll keep the grenade launcher on hand just in case. But now it's time to leave safety behind us and explore this new building. The music is rather interesting. Oh, and there's a zombie. Another zombie researcher right off the bat. And there's a second one over there. 2 for 1 deal. Even though I didn't hit them at the exact same time. It is actually possible to hit multiple enemies with the shotgun because it is a spread shot weapon. And there is a locked disc that we can easily pick the lock off. So it contains beautiful shotgun shells to more than make up for the 2 that I just used right now. And there's an item on the bed here. A red book. That's clearly not a file, obviously, but if we examine it, we could see what secrets are contained within it. Appears to be a rather intricate cover, if I do say so myself. All pages are blank. What's it for? Rather odd for a blank book to be sitting there, but might come in handy later, given the obscure nature of the puzzles in the world of survival horror that is Biohazard. It's dark outside and I can't see anything. Well, it appears that this place is brimming with zombies and creatures, much in the same way as the mansion. Lo and behold, another ornate bathroom, which is actually pretty elaborate if I do say so myself. These researchers were living a high life before they transmogrified into zombies. The bathtub is filled with muddy water. Will you unplug it? Of course we will. But that bathtub had a chain on it. Then again, Jill is wearing gloves, even if they're fingerless gloves, so why not? There was something in the bathtub, fortunately. So we weren't just emptying an empty bathtub of water. C-room key. Key to enter the control room. So somewhere here in in this building is a control room of sorts. We're going to hold on to that key for the time being. But I believe that we're done with this particular room. So since we're near the since we're near a save room, I'll just put the blank book in here for the time being in the item box. But lo and behold, we're going to have to come back for it sooner or later. That's the way the biohazard rolls. But I'll just leave it in here for now, but we'll keep I will keep my actually wondering whether or not I should use that green herb. Certainly, certainly keep hold of that grenade launcher. Now I'm going to explore in this room here, which has some rather ornate-looking doors. Go inside and lo and behold, oh, there's something moving on that ceiling. Oh, that's not good. Oh, there's multiple things moving on that ceiling. That is a spider. That is a spider. So I'm going to need the grenade launcher for this. Oh! Blow that up. And have I... yeah, I'm not a huge fan of spiders. Are dangerous. Let's be honest. Spiders are exceptionally dangerous. I got lucky there this time, so I should count my blessings. And notice that when they die, spiders release a whole bunch of little spiders, which, well, annoying, aren't nearly as dangerous, although they are fairly dangerous to be sure. But leaving a room and coming back will get rid of them. It's a good thing I had the heavy firepower, because otherwise I'd be running around this room being chased by spiders, because not only are they fast, not only are their attacks pretty lethal, but spiders can also poison you, much in the same vein as snakes. And that is a very unfortunate thing. Is there anything on this? I'm pretty sure there must be something on these tables somewhere. There's nothing over here. I was sure that there was something. Maybe, yeah, spiders, definitely to be avoided. They crawl on the ceiling and they drop down when you run under them. And there's something on here, which is an ink ribbon, which I shall definitely put to good use at some point. And that being fairly soon. And lo and behold, more Beretta ammo. Hooray for handgun bullets. This appears to be another recreation area for the researchers here in the mansion. Is there something else on these barrels? No, there isn't. Rather elaborate looking bar here, even if it is somewhat antiquated. appears to be a pinball machine in the corner there. Unfortunately, it's broken. Can't use it. And pool table hidden behind here. 9 ball. Looks like a clock dial. Some kind of code. Well, that's a 3 ball. This puzzle has always confused me at the moment because I can never tell whether or not the I can't really tell at the moment. So this is exactly like a dial of a clock. You've got the 3, 6, and 9 in their respective places on, as if this was a clock dial. And I can never really tell whether or not the I don't think are the ends of the pull sticks supposed to be the minute or hour hands, or are the ends supposed to be? Which end is the correct end? I'm never too sure. Yeah, still not too sure about this puzzle. Does this mean that it's something 45 or 245 or 145 or something, or it could be something 15. Although I'm not too sure about that. I'll have to check on that later. But that will be for another time. That's obviously the clue to a time puzzle of some, or maybe it's a clue to a numeric puzzle of some kind, of which the time is very important. But I can... yeah, those pull sticks always confuse me. In fact, yeah, they still confuse me about that. But, going back in here... I believe it'd be time for us to save, and yeah, I did. Yeah, I just remembered that I used that herb, and I will save for the time being. Now that I have a ink ribbon in my possession. Which will make this the third proverbial save of this real survival let's play. And I shall carefully place the remaining ink ribbon here in the item box, just in case. Might as well take those mixed herbs with me in case I take any damage, because really don't wish to waste that first aid spray again. And I'll switch back to the shotgun for now. Now that room's been cleared, I guess we go down here. There is a rather odd-shaped hole in the middle there, so if we just walk to the side, we'll just Okay, that was a vine. That was a vine in the same vein as the vine in the mansion. So there is another living plant in this place. One would think. But now we're in this ominous corridor, and has an interesting aesthetic. These smaller roots growing around on the walls and the roof of this particular place. Still no noticeable enemies, but there is a door here. Door with a large room and another door over here. There's a panel with number keys. Will you push the keys? Well, why the hell not? This has something to do with that I think this has something to do with that time puzzle. Wonder if it was 2, 4, 5? No, that was not it. That was not it. Is it 215? No, that was not it either. Was it 3, 4, 5? No. Is it 1, 4, 5? No. Wonder if it was no, it can't be 5 something something. I think it was no, not 215 or 315. But if it no. Yeah, it's trying to remember in my head the exact layout of that clock, because it is fairly annoying. Though it could be I wonder if it's 325, 325, no. Or no, it's not 515. No, it's not 415. I can get out of it. I can get out of it. That's the thing. I'm gonna go back to the bar room where the spiders were and have another look at that clue, because I would really love to solve the puzzle without having to button mash, even though I've been button mashing for the past several minutes now. But oh, that means I have to go past this. Oh, you are. That is unfortunate. I'm gonna have to block that off. I think we know of something that could be fairly useful. This statue over here by the door. Use this to conveniently cover that ominous hole. I'm almost certain that that vine does damage. Of course, every creature in Biohazard is almost certainly capable of dealing damage, no matter how small or insignificant, even those baby spiders will, problem is this angle doesn't really tell me much. Oh well, that's good enough. That is good enough in my eyes. As long as that vine doesn't get me, I'm perfectly content with that. And back this way, from this the odd shape of a bar, but could be 5:15. I'm not holding my breath on that one. Or it could be 3:25. Because this is the 9 ball. Yeah, this is the 9 ball, which would be 45 minutes. Looks like a clock dial. Some kind of a code, yeah. That just is the code to get into that room. This is a 3 ball, which would be 15 minutes here. That's a 6 ball, which would be 30 minutes. Now I know for a fact, knowing clocks as I do, that the shorter hand is the hour hand and the longer hand is the minute hand. So this could be 5 something or other. Or it could be it's either, it can't be 145 because that would just be silly. Yeah, not really sure why I'm having so much trouble with this damnable clue, but you just have to bear with me, unfortunately. Yeah, I have to love PS1 graphics. Also, this clue isn't entirely as straightforward as one might have hoped. I'm going to assume, for the sake of assuming, that the 2 dark spots of these pull cues are pointing to the numbers, which should I'm assuming that this is the minute hand. I'm pretty sure it is, because there is no other way of interpreting this. There is literally no other way of interpreting it, and otherwise it doesn't make sense as far as the clock is concerned. Painting my frustration by wandering into corners. If this isn't 325 or anything, I'm going to be very, very upset. No, that's not a door. That's a wall. There's the door. Getting mixed up with the camera angles. It's conveniently statue is conveniently in the middle of a hole there now. Have to love PS1 games. Back in here, back in this room. This ivy-filled room, and get back around to that key panel. I'll try 3, 2. No, it wasn't 3, 2. It wasn't 3, 2, 5. And it's not 515 either. It's not 215. It's not 3. It's not 315. It's not 745 either. I'm just mashing buttons at this point. This is, definitely a thing. Definitely a numerical puzzle, and the clock number is actually the clue to the puzzle. But I really want to continue wasting people's time with this puzzle, so I'm going to stop the episode for the time being, and when we return, adventurers, hopefully I will have found a cog or two of common sense and finally figure out just what the solution to this puzzle actually entails. As always, adventurers, until next we meet.